it's Ro. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be very special because we are celebrating Mother's Day. As many of you know, my mom lives with me and I love being able to see her every day. She's one of the most loving people that I know and I wanted to make her something special for Mother's Day. Now, Mama Mia loves tea. She drinks tea every day, so today we're going to be stepping up our tea game by making all of these delicious recipes for a fun and fancy high tea platter. That's right, we're making 6 recipes today. Also, a big thank you to Walmart for sponsoring this video. I bought everything that we're using today to make these festive treats at Walmart. It's an easy and affordable way to show that you care. Food is definitely my love language. If you'd like to try making these yourself, I'll put a link down below where you can get all of the same ingredients that I used. I even got this fun tiered platter. This is also from Walmart. If you've never done high tea before, it's very fun. You put desserts up here on this top layer, and then here I do like baked goods. We're gonna do some scones and things, and then on the bottom we're gonna do little tea sandwiches. Mama set this off to the side, but we're gonna be putting all of our treats that we're making today on here. The first recipe that we're making are these berry scones. They're perfect for spring and they're one of my favorite recipes. All right, now without further ado, let's get started. First step to making these scones, we're gonna mix together our dry ingredients and some very cold cubed butter in our stand mixer. And a pro tip is to chill the bowl. Actually pop this in the freezer and you can see it looks a little icy so that the butter won't get too warm when we're mixing it up. This really helps the scones. So in a big bowl, we're gonna mix together your flour, sugar, baking powder, a little bit of salt, and very cold cubed butter. To mix together, I'm using a paddle attachment. I'm gonna lock this puppy, and on a medium speed, we're gonna mix together for about 5 minutes until the dough starts to look like course meal. And while this is mixing, we're gonna mix together some of our wet ingredients in a medium-sized bowl. We're gonna mix together a little bit of vanilla extract, 1 egg yolk, and some heavy cream. We're just gonna whisk this together, and when this is done, then we'll add it. This is looking good. It's mixed for about 5 minutes, and now we're gonna add our wet ingredients to our dry while it's mixing on a low speed. So turn it to the lowest speed and then slowly add this. The scone dough is looking good. Now it may appear to look a little bit dry, but you'll know it's ready. You take your hand, go in here, give it a squeeze, and when it sticks together like this, good to go. And you want it to be a little bit dry because the fruit that we're adding is going to add a little bit more moisture. We're gonna add some chopped up strawberries and blueberries. All right, now I'm gonna take a big spoon, just kind of mix these together, or you can use your hands. Once you've mixed in all the berries, we're gonna pour this out onto the counter and flatten with your hands into a disc. Should be about 1 inch thick. You should see it will really come together here. The dough is looking good. We're gonna cut out our scones. Now, traditionally, I usually just cut my scones into triangles like here, like little pizza wedges. But for Mother's Day, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I wanted to make them fun, little bite-sized shaped. So I'm gonna be using, it's about a 2-inch cookie cutter. It's 2 1/4. And again, we're gonna be cutting out 8 of them. We're gonna cut, push all the way down. Oh, that's nice. And then we're gonna transfer it over onto a baking sheet lined with a piece of parchment paper. Gently push this all out. And as you can see, the dough is really sticky, so another pro tip is between cutting, you can dip it into a little bit of flour. Get those edges. Okay, now I said this recipe made 8 scones. I got 7 from my disc, so I just squish together my dough to make an additional scone. Our scones are almost ready to bake. Brush the top of them with a little bit of heavy cream. It's okay if your scones are a little bit crummy. If they get way too crummy, you can pop them in the freezer. Once brushed with a little bit of heavy cream, we're gonna sprinkle with a little bit of sugar, just a little bit on the top, a little sweetness. Oh, love it. Now heat your oven to 350 degrees and bake these for about 24 to 26 minutes. Once your scones have baked and had plenty of time to cool, I'm gonna put a little icing on the top. Now this icing is very easy to make, just a little bit of water and powdered sugar. And then I put it into a piping bag, cut the end for a little bit more control, and I'm just gonna drizzle some over the top of all of these scones. The scone recipe itself isn't too sweet, so it goes really well with the pops of fresh fruit and a little bit of glaze and a little sprinkle of sugar on the top. And to decorate, you don't have to do a perfect drizzle. It's a messy zigzag. Ta-da! And there you have it, homemade berry scones. I had an extra one, so I get to do a little taste test. You know, this is quality control for mom. This is just, I'm doing this out of love for mom. Oh yeah, that's love. I love this scone recipe. It is delicious. It's flaky and buttery and pops of fruit in there. Everything I've ever wanted in a scone. The next recipe that we're going to be making are 2 different types of tea sandwiches. They're super easy and they're so cute. The 2 types of finger sandwiches that we're going to be making today, on white bread is going to be a cream cheese cucumber, and on the wheat bread we're going to be making an egg salad sandwich, which is actually the sandwich that I had yesterday for dinner. But these 2 types of sandwich are very typical for high tea. I'm gonna move these over here. In a small bowl, I've got a little bit of cream cheese, and I'm gonna mix in a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, and a little bit of garlic powder. Gonna mix these together. Now I'm gonna open up these sandwiches, put cream cheese on every slice so that our cucumbers will stick in there. We're gonna seal them in there. Next up is the cucumber. Each sandwich gets 9 slices. We're just gonna feather them like this. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1. Oh, maybe I ate one. Okay, don't tell Mom, we're missing one. Now put the sandwiches together, boop, boop, like that. Now all the finger sandwiches that I have seen do not have crust. You gotta make them look cute. So we're gonna cut off all the crust. Look how cute this is. Okay, now we're gonna cut it in half going diagonal. And now we're gonna cut one more time. And that's how you make the cucumber sandwiches. Now for the egg salad sandwich, you can make an egg salad at home from scratch, but when I was at Walmart, I was shopping and they already had some. So for this, we're gonna be using a wheat bread. I thought that'd be a really yummy pairing. I love wheat bread. And we're just gonna be spreading our egg salad onto our sandwiches. Now this is a personal preference, how much you want on your sandwich. I like a lot of egg salad. Literally had this sandwich last night for dinner, only I put some alfalfa sprouts on there and some tomato. I have loaded these sandwiches up. My mom is gonna know how much I love her. Now for these sandwiches, I'm gonna cut them in small rectangles. Again, cutting off that crust first. We've removed the crust and now we're gonna cut into little rectangles, just right down the middle. Ta-da, there you have it. 2 easy and cute finger sandwiches. All right, the next treat that we're gonna be making for Mother's Day are these chocolate mousse bites. For this treat, we're gonna be using the stove. I'm gonna turn this onto a medium heat and we are going to be heating up our heavy cream. Now, we're just gonna be adding half a cup. This is a full cup here, so only half is gonna go into here and save the other half right here. And then in a medium bowl over here, we're gonna be adding about half a cup of dark chocolate. Then using a whisk, just gonna move my cream around so it won't burn. The heat's on a medium heat. We're gonna bring the cream to a scald. If you've never done that before, it's basically when bubbles start to form all around the outside of the pot or the pan, not a boil. You don't want the bubbles in the middle. The heavy cream's sensitive to temperature. Keep your eye on it. I do a few stirs so it won't burn. It's ready! Woo! Now we're gonna remove it from the heat. Now pour it on top of the chocolate. You let the cream sit on top of the chocolate for 1 minute, and then with a whisk, we're gonna mix together. Once there's no more chunks of chocolate, you whisk together, it's very smooth. We're gonna add your other half cup of cream, powdered sugar, and again, I'll be putting all of the ingredients and their measurements in the description down below, so if you wanna follow along at home and make these recipes, you can. And a little bit of vanilla extract. Then once again, whisk together till nice and smooth. This is looking good and smelling good. Now we're gonna pop it in the fridge to chill for about 2 hours, and while it's chilling, we're gonna make cute little sunflower cups. Chocolate mousse is in the fridge and we're gonna be making some candy cups to put our chocolate mousse in. And it's so cute, it's gonna look like a sunflower. My mom loves the color yellow, so we're gonna be making a bunch of cute little yellow flowers. So to do this, we're gonna be using yellow candy melts. This is what they look like. If you've never worked with candy melts before, they come in different colors and sometimes they even have flavors. These are just vanilla flavored, so it's very simple and plain, and they are yellow for our flower. So what I've done over here is I've heated them up in the microwave and I placed them into a piping bag. So this is very warm, but it's not too hot. And I'm just gonna cut the end. I'm gonna pipe a little dollop, about a teaspoon, into these mini paper cupcake liners. We're gonna make a bunch of cute candy cups to look like a flower. We're just gonna pipe, boop. Then we're gonna take a little brush, and we're gonna paint up the sides. You're not gonna paint up the entire side, you're gonna leave these gaps all the way around because you don't want it to look like an actual cup. We want it to look like flower petal leaves. And once you've gone all the way around, just take your brush and make sure the bottom is completely covered. Just like that. And another tip, once it dries, they dry very quickly. If it looks too thin, you can add a little bit more and do a second layer. Just do this to the rest of your cups. Once your candy melts have set, this is what they're gonna look like, and you're just gonna gently pull down the sides of the wrapper. And look how cute that is. Looks just like a little flower. Now our mousse is done chilling in the fridge. Let's go grab it. Here's our mousse. It's looking good. It's very chilly. Now with an electric hand mixer, we're gonna whip together for a couple minutes to be a whipped chocolate mousse. All you have to do using an electric hand mixer is turn it to a medium speed, mix together for a couple minutes until you get some stiff peaks. This whipped ganache is light and fluffy. I scooped a bunch of it into a piping bag with a big circle tip at the end. This is a number 809. And we're just gonna pipe about a tablespoon into each cup. Just put a little pressure. We want a little dome. That's the goal. Right after you pipe, take a pinch of chocolate sprinkles and place them on top. This is really gonna make them look like a sunflower. Oh my gosh, they're so cute. Keep doing this to the rest of your treats. And ta-da, there you have it. Adorable sunflower chocolate mousse bites. These are for chocolate lovers only. If you like chocolate mousse like we do in our house, you may love these. They're just bite-sized and they look like a little sunflower. Fun-sized treats are the best. They're so small, you just pop them in your mouth. The next treat that we're gonna be making are these apple pie bites. First step to making these apple pie bites is rolling out our dough. I'm making pre-made dough. I just got this in the refrigerated section. I'm using crescent roll dough, which you can use for a lot of fun treats. First thing we do is roll out our dough right here on our baking sheet. I've lined it with a piece of parchment paper. Okay, here we go. Oh, there. Out you go. Just roll these out. They're already pre-cut, and then we're gonna arrange them on the tray. Got them on the sheet. This is what it's looking like. And now we're gonna mix together our spices over here. Here I've got some brown sugar. Again, I'll put the recipe down below in the description, so if you wanna follow along, you can. Some cinnamon, some nutmeg, a little bit of salt. Now I'm gonna mix together. They smell so good. Apple pie is my favorite pie. It's just classic and it has a lot of nostalgia for me. Now we're gonna put these yummy spices on each piece over the top. Now that these are covered, we're gonna take a little bit of vanilla extract and add it to our melted butter. Give it a little swirl. This is mixed and ready to go. Before we add our apples, sprinkle some chopped pecans over the top of the sugar. Last step, super easy. I have some apple slices. We're using Granny Smith. Those are my favorite for making apple pies, and you're just gonna dip them in the melted butter and vanilla extract. Yummy, yummy, yummy. And you're gonna place it at the end. I'm gonna spin this little tray around to make it a little bit easier. Now we're gonna roll up our little apple. Here we go. Just try to keep the tension. Because there's a bunch of sugar and yummies. Perfect. Then you're gonna do this to the rest of your treats. These apple bites are almost ready to bake, but there's one last step. We're gonna paint a little bit of melted butter over the top and a pinch of cinnamon. Once you've done this to all of the bites, you're gonna heat your oven to 375 and bake for about 10 to 12 minutes or until golden brown. And ta-da, there you have it. Here are the individual, perfectly sized apple pie bites. I really love these because you can enjoy a little piece of apple pie with no utensils. You don't need to cut into it. You don't need to serve it. They're just little finger foods. The last treat that we're gonna be making are these strawberry cheesecake bites. First step is we're gonna be making a delicious homemade cream cheese frosting. If you've never done it before, it's very easy. We're gonna start by creaming our butter in a medium-sized bowl. You want your butter to be at room temperature. You don't want it to be melted, and you don't want it to be chilled from the fridge. So you want it to sit out at room temperature so it's nice and soft. We're just gonna scoop it into the bowl, and then we're gonna mix it up. Now we're gonna do the same thing with cream cheese. And again, you want your cream cheese to be at room temperature. Once creamed, you're gonna add your powdered sugar. Also add a little bit of salt and vanilla extract. Now mix together until creamy and smooth. So start low and work your way to medium speed. Also, you can use a spatula to scrape down the sides. Scoop the homemade cream cheese frosting into a piping bag with a big star tip at the end. The one that I'm using is an 869. And in front of me, I've got a cutting board with fresh strawberries. This is really easy to do. We're gonna cut them in half this wide way, like so. And I'm gonna cut off the greens so that we can just pop them into our mouths. We can eat the whole thing. We don't need anything to throw away. So have pieces like so. And then you're gonna do this to all of your strawberries. This treat is seriously so easy. If you were in a hurry for Mother's Day and you just wanna make one quick treat, I would suggest this one. All you gotta do now is pipe a little dollop on top of each strawberry. So you just do one dollop, put a little pressure and then pull away. Boop, boop, boop. Then you're gonna sprinkle a pinch of graham cracker crumbs right on top. Then you're gonna do this to the rest of your strawberries. Ta-da! And there you have it, a bunch of strawberry cream cheese bites. These are amazing, and again, these are the fastest, easiest treats that we've made today. So if you are in a rush this Mother's Day and you just wanna make one little thing, these are so good. They may be my favorite. Okay, before I eat all these, I've got to put them on my little tray. I'll be right back. And there you have it. Here are the 6 recipes that we made today for Mother's Day high tea. We've got the chocolate and fruity desserts on the top. We've got pastries in the middle tray, and then finger sandwiches or tea sandwiches on the bottom. This is really fun because I've never done high tea with my mom before. We've always enjoyed tea together or some baked goods, but now we are officially having a fancy, fun high tea afternoon for Mother's Day. I can't wait to surprise her with this. I really hope you guys enjoyed all the recipes and enjoyed the video. I think this is the first time I've ever done 6 recipes in a video before, so it's very special. And it's extra special because it's for my mom for Mother's Day. I hope all of you watching have a wonderful Mother's Day, and this has inspired some creativity or some ideas. If you enjoy watching baking and recipe videos, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, click subscribe, it's free, and ring the bell to receive notifications every time I post a new video. And again, a big thank you to Walmart for sponsoring this video. I'll be posting a link down below to all of the ingredients I used today. All right, thanks again for watching, you all. Bye-bye. And if you'd like to watch any other videos, you can click up here or up here. And now I gotta go find my mom. Hey mom, Mama Mia.